What's up, guys? I'm Emily Swallow. If you're looking at this, you're watching the virtual Cantina network. This is the way.
Hello, welcome to That Star Wars Funko Show. I'm Heather.
Wait a minute, that one or this one? I mean, I'm Chris.
Hi, I'm Mark.
This is a new show that we are going to be bringing you all about the joy and the fun that is Funko collecting. So throughout the series, we're going to talk about tips and tricks on doing your collection, upcoming pops, news, all that sort of stuff.
As you can clearly see, you found us here on the Virtual Cantina Network, so you can certainly catch all of our episodes and a multitude of other Star Wars content by subscribing to the channel. Please like the video, of course, because we're wonderful, but you'll see, and so hitting the notification bell to get all the alerts.
So let's begin with a little bit about us. So like I said, I'm Heather. I am a lifetime Star Wars fan. It was my first movie in the theater. I think my happiest childhood memory is 1983 coming out of Return of the Jedi with the Ewok Yub Nub song playing in my head. I started collecting Funko in 2017. I have about 600 in my collection, half of those Star Wars. I focus heavily on Darth Vader, who's my favorite character, Princess Leia, Mando, Baby Yoda, and I am an admin over at the Star Wars Celebration 2022 Funko group.
Excellent. So my name is Chris. I am over on the East Coast in the semi-great state of Massachusetts. Sorry for anyone I've offended. I have been a Star Wars fan since 1997. I was not around when the originals came out, unfortunately. So I started out on the re-releases, and my earliest memory is my dad taking me to Return of the Jedi and falling asleep by the time Jabba the Hutt was on the screen. So very, very quickly on. I am also an admin of the Star Wars Funko group, Star Wars Celebration Funko group. And I have been collecting since 2017, but my actual first pop, which I have with me, my buddy gave to me, was randomly Captain Phasma, random for me at least. So this is my first pop, but I didn't actually get into collecting until Star Wars Celebration 2017. Avid Star Wars fan though, so I got sucked in, and I really also focus on Darth Vader. See him hanging out next to me on the screen. My favorite pop, their black chrome Vader, but a lot of dark side characters. Long live the Empire. That's about me.
As I said, I'm Mark. I've been a fan of Star Wars since the beginning back in '77. I saw it at the drive-in theater with my grandparents for the first time, and I will never forget that day. I'm a member of the 501st. I've been a pop collector since 2015. I have approximately 800 pops or so in my collection. 470 of them are Star Wars. I am a completionist, and it drives a lot of my friends nuts. I don't have a focus as far as a character goes. I need them all, whether I like the character or not, or if it's Grogu, I will still buy it. I'm a mod for Star Wars Celebration Anaheim 2022, and welcome to the show.
So today's show, we are really going to be focusing on the ins and outs of Funko collecting. So we'll start with a very brief history about Funko. So Funko was founded in 1998 by Mike Becker. He started off doing big boy bobbleheads, and then in 2005, he sold the company to Brian Mariotti, who 2 years later was able to get the Star Wars license. The very first ones that came out from that Star Wars license were the Wacky Wobblers. So we got a Darth Vader and Stormtrooper. About 10 years later, in 2017, the flagship store opened in my hometown of Everett, Washington. And then 2 years later, they opened up a store in Hollywood, California.
Excellent. So Funko took over got the Star Wars license, or at least began the Pops line in 2011. And the very first Pop, oddly enough, I happen to have, and shockingly, is a Vader, #1. Excuse me, wrong image, right in front of my face. Better image anyway. So that was the very first Funko Pop, was Darth Vader. And as you can see, we have a Stormtrooper. And these actually start out, as you can see, where what we now commonly referenced as blue box pops. I actually have a random Boba Fett somewhere around here as well. So there was a couple in that first line that were really neat.
There were numbers 1 through 57 were released in blue boxes.
Not know
And then after that is when they switched over to the black box and re-released the original 57.
Excellent. And as we were starting to note, there are a heck of a lot of different pops. We got box, we got black box, we got minis, we got flock, we got all kinds of stuff. So we're going to give you a brief overview, talk about all those different kinds of pops. In case you're brand new to collecting, maybe you just started collecting, and want to get the lay of the land, so to speak. So,
Yes.
Heather, I think you have the first one.
Yeah, so one of the things you hear talked about a lot is the difference between a common and an exclusive. So basically, a common is just a pop that you can get anywhere. It's any store that sells Funko, you can get a common at. So I'm just grabbing one right here. So we have a Bo-Katan. You'll see she just has no stickered in the window. We're going to talk about stickers. Stickers are very important to Funko collectors. She's what we call a common. You could get her at Target, you could get her at Amazon, you could get her anywhere pops are sold. So that is a common.
And also, happy recent birthday.
That's
right. Zach off.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think it was just last week.
Yes. So the difference then, we then have what is a store exclusive. So you can have one that, yes, there we go. So that was Mando 345 that Chris was showing. That was only at Target. You got the red chrome there. So it's got the, Chris, show us the sticker.
My face, get my face. There we go. You can see it. You can see it, right? Oh, wrong hand. There we go.
So there it says only at Target. Here is the same Mando 345. This one was only at Amazon. It says Amazon exclusive. So there will be different pops that you can only get at certain stores. Sometimes it'll be the same pop that you like. There is a Mando 345 that's common. The Amazon one has a chrome helmet. The Target one is all red. So a big exclusive that I bet a lot of you want to hear about are con exclusives. So next month's show is really going to focus on Star Wars Celebration. So we're really going to get into the con exclusives then. So just a little snippet right now to talk about con exclusives. Basically, there's a few main cons that Funko will do pops for. So you'll have in the spring, Emerald City Comic-Con, in the summer, San Diego Comic-Con, in the fall, New York City Comic-Con, and then of course we have Star Wars Celebration. So some of the pops you can only get at the con. So in 2019, we've got here a blue Leia. This was one that could only be gotten at Star Wars Celebration if you won the lottery to go to the Funko booth. Again, we're going to talk about all that next show. Now, the con exclusives will also have shared. So here we have a gold chrome Leia. This can be got at a store. This one only at the con. So sometimes it is a different pop. Other times it is the exact same pop, but the difference is just the sticker. So Chris, you've got a Yoda to show us.
I actually have a bonus for you. I got a Star Wars Celebration
Oh,
pop. And
nice.
what's actually neat about this, you can see the sticker down there in the corner. What's actually neat about this, and maybe we'll have coming up soon, was this is a celebratory pop for the 40th anniversary. So there's actually a bonus sticker there. But I do also, one of the few times I won a lottery, a lot of these things are sold off in lotteries, and one of the few times I won was the ECC con. And I was able to order online. I think it was during COVID time. Well, we're still in COVID time, but heavy COVID times where we did it and sold online. So you can see the CC sticker Yoda. Then Yoda would have been able to purchase in another capacity, which Heather has, and you can see the difference. Actually, I'll hold it up while you have it up. You can see the difference in the con sticker versus the shared sticker.
Yes. So this sticker just says 2021 Spring Convention limited edition exclusive. So a way to tell the pops apart, if you have a convention exclusive from that convention, it will name the convention. If it is a shared exclusive, it will just say Spring Convention. If it was Emerald City Comic Con, Summer Convention. If it's San Diego, Fall Convention. If it's New York. So if it doesn't list the specific convention, then you know that that sticker is for the shared exclusive.
So exclusives are wonderful. Commons are every day. One of my absolute favorite pieces that hopefully is making a comeback, not officially announced, but originally was a subscription service, and Funko has them for different products. Funko also did have a Star Wars line. We're crossing my fingers, it's coming back. And that is the Smuggler's Bounty line. And this was coming out either bi-monthly, so every other month, and it would come in a giant box. It would look, ooh, this looks really tough because it's a big box, but box, well, you can kind of see it there. So it's huge. And it would have a variety of items. They would be themed. So this one I have here is actually Jabba's Skip. And it would come with a variety of items. So they commonly like to do some luggage tags. There you go. This box, but you would get either 1 to 2 pops, depending on the size, and then additional items. Actually, this might even be better. We have a little card here. Right now, there we go. So you can kind of see. So we had some shot glasses here. The luggage tag, I believe that's Mystery Mini there, and then you had 2 pops on this particular box. So it is rumored that this is making a comeback. Amazon had taken it over, and then they had stopped the subscription. But they had a variety of items, so you could get a big, larger pop. There were times that they came with socks. There were times that it came with shirts as well as pop items. So hopefully that's coming back, that subscription.
Pins, patches, there was all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff. And it was a mystery unless you scoured the web to learn what was coming, and then you could decide whether or not you should want the box. But let's be real, everybody always got the box anyway. So on there.
So another variation that we have are chases. So I showed you the Bo-Katan common. So, and I'll highlight number 463. And there she is, she's got her helmet on. This is what the common looked like. Now, let me show you the chase. So you can see same number, but she looks different. She doesn't have her helmet on. Chases are variations of a pop that are just have something a little bit different. So in Star Wars, commonly you got the helmet off, and there's that sticker right there. This is the sticker that everybody wants, the yellow sticker that says it is a chase. The reason that it's named chase is because it's only every 1 in 6 that are these, and you got to chase them down to find them. They're harder to get in the stores. People see these and snag them right away. So this is a chase. Another fun one with a fun little sticker on it are the flocked. Mark, do you want to show us a flocked?
Oh, he's so cute.
Yay, little baby Ewok there.
Yeah, and it does. It says flocked right on the front. This also happened to be a Target exclusive. So he's actually one of my favorite flocked ones that I have. There have been a couple of different ones. They've done Chewie a couple times. They've done Chewie with a Porg. And they also did, early on, they did Wicket was a flocked, and it was an exclusive to specialty series.
And the reason that they're called flocked is they're fuzzy. If you take them out of the box, they're fuzzy.
And if you don't take them out of the box, they're still fuzzy.
But you don't get to feel
I
them.
can sadly say I owned no flocked pops. No
Oh.
flocked. No flocked.
Well, what you do have, I know, Chris, because this one, you'll see it's a little different than your regular 6-inch pop. This is what's called a deluxe. So sometimes they'll come out with deluxe lines. So this was part of the Hoth line. So there's a bunch of different ones featuring different scenes from Planet Hoth. And Chris, which ones did you get?
So to celebrate and suck me in for more money, Funko released a line celebrating a phenomenal scene in The Empire Strikes Back, and that is when the Millennium Falcon, they're ordering bounty hunters to go and seek out the ship. They have all the bounty hunters on the Star Destroyer, and so they released that in a series line. So all those pops came out, and you can see this is a deluxe pop, and this was actually a GameStop exclusive. So all those pops were exclusive to that. So that was Dengar, and all of those ones, when you the one they're larger. It's tough to manage here. Also, I have them all, but not out for this. So this one is Bosk. You can see, and these pops, if you were to take them out of the box, they would actually, the pops themselves would actually connect together. So you could lay them next to one another to recreate the entire scene. So we're working on additional connecting ones and deluxe. Current ones being released right now are Red
Duel of Fates.
Duel of Fates, yes, thank you. I forgot about that one. So we have that set coming out with Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Darth Maul, but also the Red lightsaber series, Sith series. So the first one released for that was Darth Sidious, and we'll see what the others coming out. Probably other ones. So yeah, Duel of Fates coming out. Some weird things going on with the release dates there.
Yeah.
So
We'll just pray that
if only it would play Duel of Fates. You know, let's see.
Well, they do make light and sound ones.
That is true. It is true.
They do.
We'll cover that one shortly, actually.
Yes.
Yes. But first, everybody's favorite is the glow in the dark.
Yes.
Everybody loves the glow in the dark pops.
Again, another blue box. Number 2. Vader was number 1. Yoda was number 2. And again, this was a glow in the dark, but it's also a Walgreens exclusive. And Walgreens exclusives are a nightmare to find unless you know someone who works at Walgreens.
Yes. So sometimes you'll have the whole pop that glows in the dark, and then other times, like Moff Gideon here, they'll just paint a certain part of it. So his dark saber is what glows in the dark on this one. And then, as Mark was showing, you've got that Yoda there that glows in the dark, and then the other favorite that people love are the holographic ones. So you'll get the whole pop that has this nice blue holographic to it. So let me tell you a little trick to these. So go to Amazon or wherever you prefer to shop, find yourself a little black light flashlight, and then just, it won't work on here because there's too much light, but turn the light on, glow it up, turn off the lights, and then these guys, the holographics, really have a beautiful glow. They're really nice looking. These are fun pops.
So let's get to it. We mentioned lights and sound. We teased it. What are they? I know that I'm dying for one in my collection, and I don't even have it. So tell me about it.
I have the Kylo Ren. And Heather's is
I
going to
have,
be more dramatic because hers is opened and will play sounds and light up. But it actually does tell you on the front that it is light up and has sound to it.
yes, this is actually, because Vader is my favorite, this is my favorite pop. It is so fun. I like to just, all you gotta do is. How awesome is that?
And reasons why I want one in my collection. Just saying. Yeah. Now, and those are the only two. Yeah.
Only 2 that have been released to date for
Yep.
Star Wars.
Mhm.
Yep.
Oh, they're coming. I'm sure more are coming.
Oh, yes. Yeah, they're expanding with all kinds of new stuff. The next one we're going to talk about is the art series, which has a lot of cool new ones coming out. But one of my favorites, being a member of the 501st, is the Stormtrooper.
Nice.
And you can see on his helmet, they painted the Imperial symbol.
Nice.
Yes.
Yes. I like this one. They did an art series based on making them look like the original action figures and comic books. So here's a Vader that's got some nice artwork on him. I like that one. And another art series that they did is the original concept line based off of Ralph McQuarrie's work. One of my favorite lines. I keep saying things are my favorites, but I do absolutely love the original concept line. So, and this is my favorite of it. And this one, I did keep this one in the box because this one says, you can see it, it says Star Killer on there, which I love. They use the original name.
And you got the celebration sticker.
I did.
To
I
the
won the
shared
lottery.
sticker.
Yes. Yes.
So I was just itching when this one came out, and that is the concept Vader. And I couldn't get the celebration sticker, but I was happy to take the shared on this because I just thought it was an amazing pop on what they were supposed to do. Some of those concepts, thank God they didn't turn out that way. On there.
They've done 3 lines now of the concept ones, and they've all turned out been pretty good. Obviously, the hardest one to find is the Boba Fett prototype one.
Yep. I don't have that one.
I don't have it yet either.
So another line that they do with a little artistic flair is some holiday pops. So let's talk holidays. Mark, you want to start?
I think we can with everybody's favorite holiday. We have Christmas. And what's Christmas without Star Wars? We've got Yoda as Santa Claus. Your favorite droid? Christmas with a Wookiee can be interesting. And Heather's favorite, Darth Vader with a candy cane, which also has a chase that glows in the dark.
Yes, it does.
Unfortunately, I don't have that chase.
Oh,
but they've done other lines for other holidays as well. Heather?
yes. So this line is a bit controversial. I know some people don't like it, but I love it. They made a Valentine's Day line. And the Valentine's one, I know, I see you shaking your head.
I have both series.
I have every single one of them. I adore them. The best part of these, so I grabbed the Stormtrooper to show because the best part of these, on the base, they say something cute. So every one of them has just a cute little saying. Stormtrooper says, "You're the droid I'm looking for."
Well, I will say this year, so they started this line last Valentine's Day, and then this year's definitely they were cute. You had a little baby Yoda holding the chain of hearts there. We have Bo-Katan, and they played off much better than last year's, where it was like you just made them pink. Why? But it was cute and celebratory. So I would say they're definitely improving on the Valentine's Day pops, but I will say I don't know any. So some of that's probably space more than I think, which I'll talk about. But And then additionally, they also have a series celebrating Pride, Rainbow Pop,
Yay!
as well. So we have BB-8 there.
Yes, in rainbow. And this was nice because some of the proceeds for the Pride ones went to the Trevor Project.
They did 2 Star Wars ones. They did the BB-8 and they did a Stormtrooper,
Yes.
along with other Disney characters.
Yes.
So they don't just celebrate holidays with Funko. We don't just celebrate it on their show. They also celebrate moments from the movies that we love. And I believe Heather, you have one. I'm gonna grab one.
Yes. So
Actually, these are larger, so harder to move around.
this one drives me crazy because I can never figure out how to fit it because it is so big, but I love this one. So this one is called A Lesson in the Force. And as you can see, you've got Yoda there lifting the X-Wing out of the Dagobah swamps. So it's an awesome one.
And one that I went crazy for is Boba getting his bounty. So you can see Boba Fett, well, kind of with the glare, with holding the Han Solo and Carbonite going along from Empire Strikes Back. And you can see this is actually also a Smuggler's Bounty exclusive. So crazy story on that one was I bought it off eBay and then went to Celebration Chicago, and they Amazon treasure truck was not giving away, but selling them at a discount. So like that I paid all this money for this box, and then I got it anyway. But what can you do? That's the joys of collecting.
It always works that way.
So, and they have a lot of other great movie moments that have come out. We've seen Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader dueling on
the Battle of Mustafar.
Battle of Mustafar, yep. And there was also a Smuggler's Bounty line as well on there. So the movie moments I think are cool, but as we mentioned, they're much bigger to collect as well.
Yes, yes. Other big ones that we have that can take up more space are the vehicles. So here we've got Leia on a speeder bike.
And Boba Fett with Slave One. And the good thing is it still says Slave One. And this was also one of the 40th anniversary exclusives.
Nice, nice.
We have other ones as well, including Han Solo and the Millennium Falcon, another big pop.
Yes, that one is huge.
Yeah, that one is huge. Luke and Han on their Tauntauns. They have Leia, Luke, the Ewok, everybody on the speeder bike.
Yes. Yes. And speaking of huge, we got to mention the giant 10-inch pops. So these are impossible to fit, but lots of fun. So I got a baby Yoda here. So just to kind of, if I can, show you some of the size difference. So here's your regular 6-inch. You can see just like how much huger these guys are. So they don't have too many of these, thank goodness, because that'd be hard for a completionist, right, Mark?
I actually have I have both Stormtroopers. I have the Baby Yoda, I have the Mando, and 2 different Boba Fetts that they did, and Dio.
That's right. I forgot they did Dio. Yeah,
Dio got marked down at Target to like $15, and that's when I picked it.
Nice.
I had to call the line there. They're just right gun, so just too much for me.
Yeah, they are. They definitely take up a lot of space. And if you are someone like myself who doesn't take them out of the box, the Yoda box, the Baby Yoda box, is enormous because of the size of his head.
Yep.
But if you don't want these gigantic pops, what you could do is go for the even smaller mini pops, the mystery minis. And those, actually, 2 of the ones I have came out of the Smuggler's Bounty set. So we have mystery mini, even though it's really, but really not, because it says Chewbacca carrying 3PO on the box. And I have another one from the Jabba Skiff, which was Jabba the Hutt himself. as well. So they have a lot of these. I remember one of the other Smuggler's Bounty was Emperor Palpatine. I think there was a Lando one that I have as well.
Yeah, they had Luke with the walking stick. Mace Windu was one that they did. So yeah, there was a whole line they did with the Smuggler's Bounty boxes that were really cool.
Yeah. I think there's a Lando from Solo too. Yeah.
Well, that might, yeah. I have to go. I'll have to look. So, but they've also gone outside of your traditional pops. They've ventured off into other areas. Also has Funko with their pops or their characters, and they started to do a line of Pez dispensers. They were really cool. They actually did, the prototype and Darth Vader, Boba Fett. They did do a line for Celebration last year. You had Jabba the Hutt with the Celebration sticker. And the other one they did was Salacious Crumb, who was the shared exclusive with GameStop.
And we got Baby Yoda and Mando.
You can also find them during the holidays in tins. They did a Millennium Falcon. They've done a couple different really fun Pez sets.
Fun fact, if you ever want to go toward the Pez factory, it is 2 towns over from where I grew up, in the town of Orange, Connecticut. Pez factory. It's headquarters. Beyond Pez, though, Funko is like everywhere. They have gone into clothing, which we mentioned, bags, Loungefly bags, their collection as well. They have the pop card games. There might even be another game too that they came out with. Keychains, board games.
I like to take the keychains and you can screw out the keychain part, and then you have little mini ones too. So I buy all the keychains and then I put the little minis in front of my regular size pops. So
beyond that, Funko has gone into additional product lines, and one of those is the soda collection, which they just recently brought into Star Wars with Darth Vader and the Stormtrooper. I don't even know.
No, they have not shipped yet. The pre-orders are sold out, but they have not shipped yet.
And they only make X number of those, and then there are chases as well, or if special.
Each one has a chase.
So you might be as lucky to open your soda can. They come in a little can and have found the chase as well. And then most recently as well, in addition to the sodas, they've gone into the Diecast metal line. And that one has come out with, of course, there are chases with Boba Fett. Was one that came out. I think it was the
yesterday.
Yeah, that was the only one though so far, right? Only Diecast.
Online exclusive. They are a lot more expensive than the original pops. They're $50 a piece, but they are Diecast metal. It is 2 versions. They have the painted Boba Fett, which is the regular one, and then they have a just chrome one, which is the chase.
That is the suite of Funko pops, collectibles, games, goodies, all good stuff that you can hop on board and start your own collection too, or maybe you already have a collection as well. So that's a long list to get in, and it's kind of nice because you can get in with different things. So pops are not your thing. You want the big pinch. You want additional products that aren't even figures at all, bobbleheads at all. You can certainly do that. So it's a lot of opportunity to celebrate your fandom in the Funko line as well. So we've talked about this in-box, out-of-the-box thing. I mean, we know there's really only one true way to go, and I'm just kidding. What are we talking about? What is that even?
It's absolutely funny that my son and I were having this discussion after we were talking about the show. One of the panels him and I went to in Orlando in 2017 was a Funko Pop in the box panel, and one person at the table was talking about keeping them in the box. One person was talking about taking them out, and the young lady at the table ripped open a Celebration exclusive. Half of the crowd cheered, and the other half, their jaw hit the floor. It was audible. It was hysterical. So, Heather, what do you think?
I'm out of the box. I think you got to take them out to appreciate them, see all the little details, and just for being able to display them, like it takes up less space to have them out of the box.
Yeah, so I've been an in the box person. I've been bouncing around apartments for a while, and it's a lot easier. Unfortunately, a lot of mine are in storage or in boxes, and in that case, it is a lot easier to store them. I think it also just adds a little bit to the display, but it can be challenging, right? Like I bought this whole bounty hunter line, and right now I have nowhere to display them. But let's just say I did. Am I going to keep them in the boxes when they connect? Make this display? I don't know. So maybe that will change over time, but I do have a lot of love for the boxes. If I get one in the mail, I'm like inspecting the whole thing, looking around. Is this box good? Is there any flaws in it as well? So I've been an in the box person. We'll see. Maybe that will change someday. But for now, I've been in the box. So it's kind of an art to open a box. Isn't that right, Heather? I mean, I know I've damaged just a few boxes in there, but I know that you have a fabulous way of opening a box.
Yes. So the Funko box, and I'm going to practice on my own pop. Here's my Heather pop. So if you're not careful, what ends up happening is to open it, you stick your thumb in there, and then the box has this big old thumbprint indentation. And if you change your mind to decide to sell it, or maybe you want to put it back in the box, you've kind of messed up your box. So if you're someone like Chris who's feeling hesitant, like, do I take it out of the box or not? There is a safe way to open the box that then if you change your mind, you can't put it back in the box. So here's the trick on how to do it. So grab a handy dandy credit card and then take it to where you've got the little flaps in the back. Slide your credit card into that spot, and then you just want to push. And then that will bring that flap over without indenting the box. And then you can open it just like that. No box damage.
I can say until we were prepping for this show, I had no idea about that. And I wish I knew about that. Now all the ones that I was so fearful of even opening to just like look at, now I can do that. It given new use to my credit cards. It's great. It's almost better than using my credit cards to buy pops. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Isn't that what that's for, right? I don't know.
Yes. Well, even though I'm out of the box, I still open all of mine like that, and I store my boxes just in case. I don't know, just in case. But we should talk a little bit about displaying them because that is half the fun of collecting, right? Is putting together a fun display, showing it off. How do you guys, I'll go into a second and show some examples of how I display, but how do you guys display?
Mine are just on a shelf with the windows facing out so you can see them. My display takes up a ton of room, but it's so much fun to look at. For me, maybe not other members of my family, but they live here. I just display them on shelves. I stack them one deep. I don't go too deep, so you can see every one. That's how I do mine.
Mine have a wonderful display in a lot of cardboard boxes. But no, I honestly don't have much of a display due to space issues. But I have seen a lot of wonderful displays from folks. They do have pop cases, and actually a great one if you have is baseball bat case, a long baseball bat case, and it's just perfect enough that you can get a pop in there without the box. So you're gonna have to be an out of the box person in there. But there are other options if you want to display. We were talking about shelving as well, so IKEA is great for that. And then you have risers, I think, right, Heather?
Yes. So there's various kinds of risers you can buy. There's step risers. There's just sort of your basic acrylic riser. The nice thing about Star Wars Pops is all of them have a base at the bottom. So if you collect in other lines, you'll find that not all of them have a nice little base, and sometimes you'll try to stand them up and they'll fall over. I love displaying the Star Wars ones because they all have a base. They sit so nicely on a riser, no falling over. It's wonderful. I think this is not an advertisement for IKEA, but I think some of the best displays, IKEA makes beautiful glass cabinets called Detolf, and those look really, really nice. You can put lights inside them. And then they also make, and this is going to be, it's black, so it's going to be a little hard to show, but the Most Lambda picture shelf. So this shelf, you can kind of see the screw holes there. You can put it into your wall. Because it is a picture shelf, it has a lip right here. So if you are keeping it in the box, it fits very nicely right in that lip. If you are an out-of-box person, so this is what I do when I put them on the wall, you can hang it upside down. Then you have the flatter area, and then you can just scatter a few of them around. So that's how I display them. If you do end up being an in-the-box person, and you guys probably do this as well, you might want to put it in either a soft protector, or I keep my Star Killer in a hard case. Funko's even started making UV protection hard cases, which is nice in case some sunlight gets in your room. I've started pulling my blinds because these boxes do get some sun damage, unfortunately.
They have one here in a pop armor I'm going to take out that someone, you can find this on the web for folks who do this, but actually upside down, actually customized the container to have emblems on it, so 3D on there. So I keep concept Vader in the Vader customized, and it adds a little bit extra to the display. So I sure as heck don't have one of these for every pop. I have a lot of soft protectors in there, unless it's in a cardboard sorter as well. So because those will run you some money there for those. They are really cool. So if you have a really special pop or something like that, folks do customize those hard shell pieces.
Now, Heather, trivia question for you. One Star Wars pop does not come with a base. Which one is it?
Ooh.
There's only one they've ever made that does not come with a base. Think about that, and we'll get to the answer at the end of the show.
I say this now, I'm totally failing that quiz. I can't even think about that. So, Mark, you started the show by saying you are a completionist and collect all.
I am a completionist, but I'm a completionist. I've been collecting toys for as long as I can remember. And I am a completionist. I have to have the whole set. If I can't have the whole set, then it'll drive me absolutely nuts. I've paid a small fortune for the last piece of a collection, just so that I can say I have the collection. It can be expensive. It can get ridiculous if you don't have the space for it. If you don't have the space but you want to collect, focus on what it is you do like. That one character or two characters you like to focus on. You said the dark side characters. And that's fine. Collect however in whatever way makes you happy and makes your collection yours.
And I agree. I branched out a little bit. I don't have all the Darth Vaders, as we already know. maybe someday I will. But you know, I've tried to branch out a little bit without going too crazy. So you know, for example, I bought the Across the Galaxy Leia pop that came out, and so now I have my Leia, right? Like I don't have 3 or 4 Leias, or you know, Luke Skywalker pops. There's a ton of those. So I have Luke from Empire Strikes Back. Great moment for me. That does it, you know, for my collection, at least for now. I always say, you always say for now, because then they'll come out with something really cool and on there. So, but purely it's tough, you know, it's tough to buy pops and apartment living. I'm sure there'll be a lot that feel the pain, and it's tough where you just don't have the room to display them yet for me. And it's like, I'm gonna buy it, so but it's tough, because then if you don't buy them, then values could go way up, and then you are buying a lot, paying a lot more for it on it. And how do you actually praise the value of these glorious items?
I use the pop price guide. You can actually use it to track your collection. It'll also gives you options, tells you all about the different variants on it. Some is just as simple as the blue box or the black box. Some of the blue boxes had different writing than other blue boxes. They had bubble writing opposed to the block lettering. So it gives you a better idea of exactly which one you have. And it also is great if you're worried about purchasing from other people outside that you don't necessarily know, individual buyers. It's easier to find those that are fakes or reprints by looking on the pop price guide, because it will give you a lot of details about what you should be looking at and what you should see. And their prices are pretty accurate. It updates almost daily. And they'll give you you can see how a pop has been selling for a week or 3 months. And it'll show you its ups and its down, its high price, its low price. So if that's what you're into and tracking your collection, it's a great tool to have. And it's also great for organizing your collection if you don't have another way of doing it.
So, and you'll commonly see that a lot as PPG abbreviated. Value is important to me. I know that I'm not necessarily always out selling them or buying them for crazy amounts. And if it's really that outlandish for it, I'm kind of be like, I don't think I'm gonna, even if it's the right value, I'm like, I don't know about that. But another great app that you can use is the Funko app to just keep track of pops that are coming out, pops that you have, and it does link over to the pop price guide as well. I use that a lot too if I'm looking up for, we did a little bit of an award show last year celebrating the pops from the year, so I was looking that up to filter by years too, so you can see other collections, other items from other out there as well in the Funko app as well. So we talked about buying them. Where do y'all get your pops from? I know we talked about Target, we talked about Amazon. Is that it?
I would say I get a majority of mine from either Amazon or my local GameStop. And I go there because I know the general manager. You can pre-order them. And if you pre-order them, you're guaranteed to get them when they come out. GameStop's really good if you order them in store, getting them on time. If you order them from their website, they run into shipping delays constantly. But in store, you can always do it. And all you have to do is you pay half up front and then half when it comes in. It's nice to break up also to paying for them all at once when you're pre-ordering 5 or 6 at a time. Yeah. Heather, where do you go?
I hate paying for shipping, so I'm all about looking for whoever has the free shipping. So, it's like Amazon's got the free shipping at $25. Like I know all of the, like Target, I got the red card. The Funko shop online, their free shipping starts at $50. Although I'm spoiled, I can just walk into HQ because I live by there. One of my favorites actually to shop at is the Big Bad Toy Store, because they have this cool feature called the Pile of Loot. So you can pre-order things, you can buy things and just put it in your pile of loot. And then whenever you're ready to have it shipped, it's just $4 flat fee for like, you can get, it feels like Christmas, like an entire box will show up all at one time just for their $4 flat fee.
I don't have necessarily a preferred. I'm like Heather. I try to minimize any kind of cost, and sometimes it's hard because you can't. It might be exclusive to a store, and you don't have any choice other than there are. As I mentioned, Amazon, Target, the Walmart. That you could certainly go in person. GameStop, your local stores. And then there are other online only sites as well. And other online sites like Entertainment Earth, Box Lunch, that are out there. So, that one as well. I'm a sucker for ones too with rewards points and any kind of points as well that you'll spend $200 and then they'll give you like $2 back. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that, but it's up. GameStop.
The other thing we do, it being a member of a group like this, is we'll get together if we know a pop is coming out, and one person will order 2 of them to cover the free shipping charge, and then you just split the cost with another person.
Yeah.
Especially if you have friends that are local. I know I've done it, Miss Spencer and I've done it a couple times, where you just buy 2, and that way you cover the free shipping, and then you two, can work out the difference there.
It's pretty neat too, because as you collect these things and there are exclusives to other retailers and you follow online, you learn about those retailers because some of them, they sell more than just pops. I knew of Hot Topic, there's another one with some exclusives. Pop in a Box is another one as well. So a lot of I don't necessarily have a favorite. There definitely are always variations in how they package and ship to you. So
we'll discuss that in another show.
Yeah, that's another whole show. That could be a show in itself. But in there. So we have covered a lot today. We have talked about how there are so many that have come out and there are so many that are to come. Just to touch on some of those ones that are forthcoming, and certainly we'll have a lot more. There are some rumors lurking on the web. They are just rumors, so we won't officially announce them on this show. But certainly as we get closer to Celebration next month, there will be the Celebration exclusives coming out. As we mentioned, the Diecast Boba Fett came out as well. And just early last week was the Make-A-Wish pops. And those were not just Star Wars, but the 2 from Star Wars were BB-8 and the Stormtrooper. Stormtrooper was exclusive to GameStop. And some of those proceeds going to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. There are other non-Star Wars characters as well. So a great line to support a great cause. So who knows what will also be coming out. We have this rumor about Smuggler's Bounty. You can get on Amazon now and subscribe to it. This hasn't been officially announced as yes, it's coming back. All the signs point to that, but you can't get out there and sign up maybe the end of April, fingers crossed, because I as much as it costs $30 a box, just really puts a smile on my face, but it just kills me on storage. But
Smuggler's Bounty boxes, if they bring them back, they're definitely worth the price.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff that you get in them, and the quality of the stuff you get in them is fantastic.
Yeah. I really don't know why they ever got rid of it personally. Like I think they could have been making money every time, but maybe they needed a breather for concepts and ideas. So I don't know.
We'll find out, hopefully. So we've covered a lot today. On our next episode, we're going to start prepping for conventions and celebration. We are going to have another guest, Spencer Jowitz, who is one of the admins for Star Wars Celebration Anaheim 2022, and an avid pop collector and getting pops autographed. And he's going to discuss with us his best way of having that done.
In the meantime, highly encourage you to check out the Star Wars Celebration 2022 Funko group on Facebook. We're a fun group. We do giveaways. We have lots of news when things are coming out. We feature some of our Funko fanatics. So check us out.
You can also check out Star Wars Celebration Anaheim 2020 for all information about Celebration coming up. And it is the home of the virtual Cantina and all of the fun stuff that we do there.
And if you love that fun stuff, including this wonderful show that you just watched and or listened to, you should subscribe to the Virtual Cantina Network. Make sure you hit the bell to get any notifications. And if you are going to Star Wars Celebration, which hopefully you are, whether it be all 4 days or 1 day, you do check out the Boonta Eve celebration that will be happening on May 25th. And you can check that all those details and logistics are in the Star Wars Celebration Facebook page.
That is our show. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time.
May the
Force
Force
be with you.
with you.